Good morning, darling. Good afternoon. Good evening. Do you hear that music? Today I'm going to talk about Frank Sinatra. And you knew I would eventually. So I'm in my theater room. It's also my office. It's also a bedroom at times. But I do have a movie screen in here, and I have all these movie pictures. You can look in back of me, and you see some framed pictures. And above me that you can't see, I have Frank and the Rat Pack. Anyway, I want to have a drink of champagne in memory of Frank Sinatra. You know, I think at the moment when things happen, we don't really realize that we need to cherish that moment, and every moment, whatever it may be. But it was so unexpected for me to meet Frank Sinatra. I hadn't even thought about it. And Joseph Magnin, my employer, sent me to Lake Tahoe to learn to be a store manager, darling, because they had one at Calneva Lodge, and they wanted me to manage the store. So at my insistence, instead of staying in a dorm, they rented a little house for me up in the woods, and I had to take care of a dog that belonged to the tenants or the owners who were away, and it was a big Great Dane named Kaiser, and I hadn't been around big dogs like that. I didn't know what to do, but we got along okay. But the store opened at Calneva Lodge. It was very early in the season, and so there weren't very many people around. And we spiffed up the store. It was really pretty. And, you know, we knew Sam Giancana was there. We'd heard about that and found out who he was. Look him up, darling. Big mobster. And one of the women who had been up there every summer, Laura Strawn, a character. And she was a Scottish lady. And she took us all around to show us the cabins. And she said, that's where Marilyn Monroe stays. That's Frank Sinatra's cabin. And on and on. And I go like, whoa, I'm in the big time here. And she loved to go after work every day along with the other salespeople to get a little toddy, as she called it, the bar. And she knew the bartender and the whole thing. Is that music great? I love listening to Frank Sinatra. Who wouldn't? Oh my God. Anyway, that's my era, babe. So anyway, the store was all spiffed up, and we were trying to find something to do. And what should happen? Frank Sinatra walked in. And he had two people with him, two men. And they handled the money. And he said, and all the salespeople just froze. They literally froze. And Sue Fisher King, or Sue King Fisher, who is a Facebook friend, was one of those people because she worked there that summer as a very young girl. And so she knows that what I'm saying is the truth, right, Sue? Come to my rescue here. I don't have any pictures, unfortunately. I didn't have a camera. So anyway, it fell to me, oh poor me, to have to wait on Frank. So I walked up to him and I said, hello, can I help you? And he said yes. And his eyes were so blue. And he wanted two really beautiful nightgowns for a woman. Of course, I mean, it wouldn't be for a man, right? Well, maybe, but not for Frank. So I turned him over then finally to Laura Strawn, who started helping him. She got over the shakes. And I'm thinking, well, there goes Frank, you know, with this woman. But, you know, he wanted the nightgowns then, when he selected them, to be mailed to a hospital, to a fan of his who's in the hospital, and he felt sorry for her, I guess. So we sent the nightgowns for him to the hospital. And that relieved my mind a little bit because I thought, ooh, this guy is really sexy. And I was up there for the summer and I didn't know anybody except just you know, the people I worked with all the time. So that evening, I went home back to take care of Kaiser, my dog, and I'm not a drinker. Well, a little bit. But you know, I've never been like, I never like to go to bars and hang around and drink. That's just not what I like. But the girls went to have their toddies. And I go home and my phone rings. Now, I was able to get the other end of the story from Laura Strawn and all the girls who were at the bar, because I was home, but they were hearing what happened. Frank said he'd love to take me out. And Laura said, well, I've got her phone number. So she gave Frank the phone number, and the phone rang, and I answered. I had no idea what was going on. And a voice said, Pat, I'm calling for Frank Sinatra. He would like to take you out. And I said, well, who are you? And he told me his name, and I said, if Frank wants a date with me, he should call me himself. And I hung up. Oh, what fun to remember all this stuff. Stay tuned. There's more to come, darling. Lots more.